Now on 767 News, prominent attorney alleges police used expired tear gas in Salisbury Protest, exposing all present to health risks. Over 200 students to begin medical studies at Ross University, and tremendous progress made in the advancement of Geothermal project. Later, phlebotomy workshop at PMH comes to an end, and in sports, tickets go on sale for West Indies versus Australia Test match. Welcome to 767 News, Dominica's #1 news source. I'm Alicia George. Join me for the latest stories and updates after this break.
I love family traditions, don't you? The fun you have when you're all together, preparing a meal that you'll all enjoy. Having the right kitchen appliances help bring it all together, and you can find them at Quartz. Appliances that give you more, fridges that keep food fresher, stoves that cook meals better. At Quartz, you get the world's best brands at the best prices. I love that, and you will too. For small and large kitchen appliances, Quartz, bringing value home.
Thanks for joining me for tonight's newscast. First up this evening, residents from Salisbury, media personnel, curious onlookers and other individuals who were present during the historic Salisbury protest on Monday, May 11th are now concerned about their health. The concern came about on Monday, May 18th, after it was revealed by prominent attorney Tiani B. Hansen that the tear gas used by the police officers to disperse the crowd was expired.
It was manufactured in November 1988. Clearly, the law enforcement elements in Dominica were ordered to poison the people of Salisbury. That's the only conclusion I can make. And that has to be an international criminal act. So for that, whoever gave the orders should be presented to the International Criminal Court, and that person should face charges at The Hague, like any other criminal.
B. Hansen said following the protest, he took pictures of and documented numerous tear gas canisters which littered the village of Salisbury. He then sent it to the international colleagues working to protect human rights for advice. He said it was brought to his attention that all of the ammunition used by the police were expired, some over 20 years ago.
Some that were used or manufactured, in May 1990. Those are the second oldest ones. And then some that were manufactured in 2002, which should have been in use by 2007. The ones that were manufactured in in May 1990 should have been used by 1995. So all of them are out of date and expired.
B. Hansen said research indicates that once the tear gas has expired, the chemicals become toxic and should not be used under any circumstance. He said the police officers themselves who discharged the tear gas are at risk for health concerns as they were not wearing the proper gear.
Many people have died in conflicts around the world from tear gas canisters hitting people in the head. We have a gentleman here, the top of his head is almost burnt off from a tear gas canister. We have women who got it in their breasts, some on their ribs. And remember, you can have internal bleeding days after you have been injured. So everybody needs to go and see a doctor. Those who are hit in the stomach area or any stomach cavity need to go and see a doctor. There are no doctor and experts here to deal with the toxic mix of this gas after it's expired. So we're asking the government to ensure that monitors are brought in, experts from outside, to check and ensure that the people in Salisbury are safe.
The attorney is also advising the Police Welfare Association to ensure the Minister of National Security, Honorable Raymond Blackmore, seeks professional medical attention for the police officers who were exposed to the toxic tear gas. B. Hansen is also calling on the relevant authorities to publicly disclose the individual who ordered the use of tear gas against the protesters, whether it was the Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, the Minister of National Security, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, or the Chief of Police, Daniel Caban. He is also requesting the identity of the police officer and or officers who distributed the expired tear gas to the police officers in Salisbury.
If it's the Prime Minister, he should go. If it's the Minister of National Security, he should go. And all of those involved in this operation should be reported to the Chief Prosecutor at the ICC, the International Criminal Court. And I offer my services to the people of Salisbury as pro bono to assist you in your purge for justice.
When questioned about the allegation of expired tear gas being used in the protest, Minister of National Security Honorable Rayburn Blackmore denied commenting on the matter. In other news, over 200 Ross University students were offered words of encouragement as they received their white coats on Friday, May 15th. The handing over ceremony of white coats to the new inducts signaled the beginning of their medical degree as they strive to become great doctors and physicians. Since 1978, over 11,000 students have graduated from Ross University School of Medicine. Speaking at the white coat ceremony, Dr. Nancy Selfridge, Associate Professor and Chair of the Department of Clinical Medicine and Assistant Dean of Clinical Sciences, told the new inducts that Ross University is committed to educating the minds of its students to understand that they work not only as a career, but as part of their identity.
We're really supposed to be better at everything. And remember, medical knowledge is important, and all of you are going to focus on that and worry that you need to succeed, which you do. But there are so many other skills and qualities of character that also need to be developed and nurtured here. Because the work you do becomes part of your identity. It is who you are in the world. And you don't drop it just because you're walking away to work, driving home, or on your way to work, driving to work, or going on vacation. Many of you will render assistance even when you're not on duty, and it's going to be part of who you are.
Dean and Chancellor of Ross University, Dr. Joseph Flaherty, told the students that everyone around them is genuinely committed to their success as medical students. He said Dominica, as part of the world community, is as committed to the success of Ross's student as much as the university is.
One of the amazing things about a school like Ross is our primary mission and secondary mission is education. There are great U.S. schools. Their primary mission is research, their secondary mission is clinical care, and their third mission is education. Our first and second mission is education. We pick our faculty because that's what they want to do. We have a very dedicated group. We have an outstanding group in the basic sciences that come from all over the U.S. and Europe, with a strange concentration from the UK, and very good. We have an outstanding clinical faculty.
Meanwhile, Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency and Honourable Minister for Trade, Energy and Employment, Ian Douglas, officially welcomed the students to the Nature Isle.
I mean, the entire island is a virtual Garden of Eden. Fresh fruits and vegetables. We have more than 20 persons on the island right now that are alive beyond the age of 100 years. And even here in Portsmouth, one of our centenarians who died a couple of years ago actually lived for 118 years. And her birth certificate could not be found, and that's why she did not enter the Guinness Book of World Records. I think some of the professors at Ross actually started doing some research. So you are actually in the Garden of Eden. It is in Dominica that you will live the longest, more than anywhere else in the world. So thank you for choosing Ross University to pursue your medical career.
50.4% of the class of 2019 are male, while 49.6% are female, with an average age of 26. In more news, a geothermal bill that is expected to govern the exploration, development and exploitation of power generated from Dominica's geothermal resources has been approved by the Ministry of Energy and the Attorney General's Office. This is according to Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, who also said that the project has seen tremendous progress while speaking at a press briefing last Tuesday.
The geothermal bill has been approved by the Ministry of Energy. It has been approved by the Ministry of the Office of the AG's office, the Attorney General's office. Sorry. There were some additional comments pointed out by some of our stakeholders. So, as a matter of fact, the bill would have gone to Parliament this month, but it has been held back because of the observations made by some of our stakeholders. So, because of that, we have held it back for further review and to see what the points raised by our stakeholders, whether they are in keeping the government's policies or whether they would alter those policies.
Prime Minister Skerrit said once it is determined that the bill fits in with government's policies, then the coast is clear to advance the geothermal project. He further explained the government has held several consultations with the ownership of Domlec, the island's sole electricity provider, in an effort to settle on a purchasing agreement. According to the Prime Minister, Domlec plays a critical role in the commencement and development of the island's geothermal project.
Because Domlec is going to be a critical partner in the delivery of energy from geothermal, because they'll be involved in the distribution. So there were discussions with them in terms of arriving at some form of purchasing agreement with Domlec, because that's important even before you commence the construction of the geothermal plant.
Prime Minister Skerrit also revealed that Cabinet has gone ahead to request US $50 million in loans from the World Bank to finance construction of the geothermal project. Up next, the phlebotomy workshop at PMH comes to an end. Fire destroys wooden structure in Palm Grove, and the 10th anniversary of the Petrocaribe in Dominica is celebrated. More details when 767 News returns.
Have some fun, enjoy yourself.
It's my time, it's your time, it's our time. Another exciting local show comes to your screen on Digicel Play TV Channel 3. When? Every Thursday from 9 p.m. Join host JL Joseph with stimulating chit-chat about what's up, what's on, music, entertainment, arts and craft, and much more. We'll talk business, leisure, holidays, and family, all to engage our viewers on various aspects of life. Join us for Our Time, where we talk about absolutely everything, right here on Digicel Play TV.
Welcome back. The Princess Margaret Hospital recently hosted a phlebotomy training over a 4-week period at the Blood Donation Laboratory, where a group of young people were trained in the process of drawing blood from patients. Phlebotomy is known as the process of making an incision in a vein with a needle. The procedure itself is known as venipuncture. During a certificate presentation ceremony for the participants, Nurse Deborah Rhodes said the phlebotomists have been trained to provide services to patients with care, just as the nurses and doctors would.
The phlebotomist participates in caring. I will reiterate, caring for patients which is the main function of nurses. When you hear the word caring, you associate it with nurses. So it's like you are almost a nurse.
Laboratory technician at the Princess Margaret Hospital, Jennifer Laville, said the participants were educated on the phlebotomy process from theoretical to the physical aspect.
The Princess Margaret Hospital Laboratory Certificate of Competence in Phlebotomy Program prepares students for employment as phlebotomists at hospitals, blood banks, and private clinics. Students learn various skills such as venipuncture, customer relations, and other related technical skills.
Course participant Lester Guy said this was a great opportunity to gain medical knowledge of the process of taking blood from a patient.
But when you come to the nitty-gritty of it and you're doing a course like phlebotomy, it puts a new spin on things. It makes you see that it's not just taking blood, it's something wider. You know, I'm more practical and theoretical. So for me, when they encouraged me to do the course, for me it was like, wow, I'm going to go into veins. You know, I'm gonna be delving into them. The experience was just something nice. I think the young persons that were involved in it, they were very intelligent. I must say extremely intelligent, because I thought I had to battle especially when it comes to theory.
The phlebotomy training course gave the trainees an opportunity to get involved in a medical career in phlebotomy with the ability to perform within a medical environment at the hospital, health centers, or medical laboratory. And fire and ambulance officers have launched an investigation into a fire which destroyed a wooden structure in Palm Grove on Monday afternoon. The incident, which occurred at approximately 12:20 p.m., was extinguished by the fire officers who quickly responded to the scene. The details about the cause of the fire are still sketchy. However, 767 News will provide an update as soon as more information on the fire is available. In more news, members of the opposition United Workers' Party and a large group of concerned citizens on Sunday were engaged in a major cleanup of the city. The cleanup, spearheaded by Roseau MP Joseph Isaac, saw several Dominicans in what can be described as an unprecedented cleanup effort. Persons were seen clearing gutters, cutting shrubs, and giving the Roseau Bridge area a well-deserved facelift. The group will be back at it on Sunday, May 24 from 7:30 a.m. to continue the cleanup effort. The public is encouraged to participate. And today, Monday, May 18th, officials of Petrocaribe Dominica and members of the government of Dominica came together to recognize 10 years since the establishment of the petrol company in Dominica. Since its establishment in 2005, Petrocaribe has made significant contributions to the island through education, entertainment, and social developmental activities. Henry Blanco, General Manager of PDV Caribe Dominica Limited, said through Petrocaribe, a lot has been done throughout various sectors of Dominica's economy.
It is through this agreement that Dominica, like other Caribbean brother islands, is enjoying and undertaking projects related to agriculture, school feeding, and why not to say as well, cultural, social, and infrastructural projects. Our company, Petrocaribe Dominica Limited, is an important vehicle for fulfilling the mission of the Petrocaribe Agreement under the premises of fair trade, complementariness, solidarity, social justice, and common will to develop. So this regional integration initiative is still the only true alternative that developing countries have to get secure and reliable access to energy sources.
Under the Petrocaribe agreement, 55% of shares is owned by PDV Caribe, while the other 45% is owned by Dominica National Petroleum Limited. Blanco said initially the establishment of Petrocaribe was met with some level of questioning, opposition, and even fear. But 10 years later, the benefits of the oil company are clearly visible. To date, 40 Dominicans are employed at Petrocaribe.
We can surely say that this agreement has been very beneficial to this country. It is therefore fitting to congratulate Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett and the Venezuelan Eternal Commander, President Hugo Chavez, may his soul rest in peace, for their vision, fruit of which we have been enjoying these significant ways. As this bilateral and multilateral relationship continues to blossom, we look forward with eagerness to a harvest of bounty for the citizens of our countries.
This year's anniversary celebration will include several activities being organized under the theme Unity is Strength. Tamika Daniel, Senior Sales and Marketing Analysis at PDV Caribe Dominica Limited, listed some of the activities, commencing with a secondary school's essay competition and concluding with the renaming of the plant.
State college students will also be invited to take a trip to social projects. We'll also have planned social visits between the preschools and the primary school, grade 6. There will be health and safety outreach in 4 locations: Roseau Central, Loda, Grand Forks, and Penville.
Special social projects will also take place in the communities of Penville and Salisbury, to be followed by a donation to the fire and ambulance services. The Petrocaribe plant will be named after late Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez on June 29, 2015. Meanwhile, Venezuelan Ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Hayden Perella, congratulated all those involved in the success of Petrocaribe Dominica Limited, including Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit and staff of the company. The Commonwealth of Dominica and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela have shared diplomatic relations for more than 3 decades now. And in more news, on Monday, the Village Council in Coliho received a check of EC $60,000 from their parliamentary representative and Honorable Minister of Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs, Catherine Daniel. The money will go towards a developmental project within the Coliho village to benefit not just the Village Council, but the community members as well. Minister Daniel made the presentation to the chairman of the Coliho Village Council.
This check will be allocated towards small projects in the community: housing, medical, small business, and we have some beautification like garbage disposal system which we want to set up for the so this will go a long way into helping make our projects come to fruition.
She said with this donation, she hopes that the people of Coliho will know that they have not been forgotten by the government of Dominica.
I think this is a great sign for our community, and our constituents should rest assured that they are not forgotten. We are working on them. There will be more to come. But as we travel the road of constituency empowerment, we start that way by doing this.
Chairman of the Coliho Village Council, Najimi George, said this donation has come in at an opportune time when there are many projects which need to be fulfilled within the community.
We would like to thank the Honorable Minister, Ms. Catherine Daniel, for making this check available in such a timely manner, because there are so many things that need to be done in the community. And just receiving that $60,000, yes, it might not be much, but it's a lot of money. There's a lot of things that will be done after just receiving that check. There's a lot of work and a lot of people that need assistance.
The donation will benefit small projects under the category of housing, small business, medical assistance, and beautification. And that's it for local news. The latest in sports is coming up next with Larry, so stay tuned.
Let's see how easy it is to play Powerball and win. Simply select 4 numbers from 1 to 30 and a Power Pick number from 1 to 5, and that's it. You have just selected your winning numbers for Powerball. Or just get a quick pick and let the machine select your lucky numbers for you. Remember, Powerball is drawn every Wednesday and Saturday from 9 p.m. Powerball from the Dominica National Lottery.
Hello? Listen, you have to call me back because I'm going to cross the street. Okay, bye.
Be smart. Don't use cell phones while crossing the street. Be safe. Use the pedestrian crossing. A message brought to you by the Violence and Injury Surveillance System Committee in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. In tonight's coverage, we begin with cricket. The battle is on as the winning Windies will face the awesome Aussies at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium in Roseau, Dominica from June 3rd to 7th from 10 a.m. daily. This is the first test in the International Home Series 2015 of the Australia Tour of the West Indies, staged by the West Indies Cricket Board WICB and hosted by the Dominica Cricket Association DCA. President of the DCA, Emmanuel Nanton, said the organization is pleased to be hosting this event. Nanton said Australia is playing only 2 tests in the Caribbean, so the DCA is proud to be one of only 2 countries hosting such a formidable team. He said the West Indies is also coming out of a big win against England in the 3rd test in Barbados last month, so they are looking forward to some exciting cricket. The DCA president is hopeful that there will be a large turnout to support the teams and to prove beyond a doubt that Dominica is the cricket capital of the Caribbean. Tickets for the much anticipated test went on sale on Monday, May 18th at the Windsor Park Stadium's ticket booth from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily and from 7 a.m. on match days. Ticket prices range from EC $15 and $35. The WICB is again extending special offers to juniors and seniors alike, where children 2 to 12 years pay half price, and each paying adult will be entitled to purchase a maximum of 5 children's tickets. Seniors 65 and over will enter free and will be eligible to obtain 1 free ticket for each of the 5 days upon presentation of a valid ID. The promotions will run until June 2nd or while stock lasts, so persons are encouraged to get their tickets early. In football, the senior men's national team finished second on the just concluded Windward Island Senior Men's Football Championship stage in St. Lucia. Dominica finished on 4 points after losing to champion St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their championship decider on Saturday evening. St. Vincent finished on 9 points, having won all their 3 matches, while Grenada finished in 3rd position on 3 points, in addition to host country St. Lucia occupying the cellar position on 1 point. Meanwhile, a total of 5 Dominicans have been named in an 18-member squad following the completion of the tournament. The Dominican players selected are Randolph Peltier, Chad Bertrand, Brian Thomas, Glenson Prince, and Malcolm Joseph. 8 players were selected from St. Vincent, while Grenada and St. Lucia got 3 and 2 places respectively. Dominica was named as the most disciplined team and received the Fair Play Award. In more football, Exodus boys are through to the finals of the 2015 DFA All-Ireland League. In the second semi-final encounter played on Saturday at the Bathurst playing field, Exodus boys edged out Petrocaribe Point Michel by 1-0. The lone goal of the match was scored by Kevin Christmas. Exodus boys will meet Wayne George Academy in the final scheduled for 6 p.m. on Wednesday, May 20th at the Bathurst playing field. Wayne George Academy advanced to the finals with victory over Ian Pinard Spartans of Soufriere. And in basketball, in Week 7 of the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association DABA 2015 National League, the Premier Division Player of the Week award goes to Julian Iles Jr. of Fast Cash Prowlers. In a 2-point win against Super Eagles, he recorded a double-double with 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 1 block. The Premier Division Player of the Week will receive a $35 lunch voucher sponsored by Living Restaurant located on 31 Cock Street, Roseau. The Division 1 Player of the Week award goes to Jacques Collier of the Green Hornets. Although his team fell short by 6 points to the United Insurance Sharks, he had a double-double scoring 24 points and 12 rebounds to go along with 3 steals and 1 block. The Division 1 Player of the Week will receive a $25 lunch voucher sponsored by Marlowe's Snacket and Bar located on 26 Cock Street, Roseau. And that's it for tonight's sportscast. Tune in again tomorrow for more sports.
That was Larry with the latest in sports. Now for a recap of tonight's headline stories. Prominent attorney alleges police used expired tear gas in Salisbury Protest, exposing all present to health risks. Over 200 students to begin medical studies at Ross University, and tremendous progress made in the advancement of geothermal project. Phlebotomy workshop at PMH comes to an end. And in sports, tickets go on sale for West Indies versus Australia test match. That's all the time we have for now. Until tomorrow, drop us an email at media@767news.dm, friend us on Facebook, and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I am Alicia George, wishing you a wonderful evening, and thanks for watching.